The following podcast is a deep, shallow dive production, and you're going to love it.
Wednesday, February 21, and a very, very happy birthday to a very close friend of mine, Kip Gillian, whom many of you might know. And if you don't know him, that was his voice at the beginning of the podcast. In addition to his many other talents, Kip records voiceovers, so I had him do that for me to use as one of the new intros for the podcast. We're going to be sprinkling in various versions of Kip's voiceover over the next year. How fun is that? So anyway, happy birthday to Kip. Hope everybody's well. Hump Day, Wednesday 21, 221. All right, we're going to do a DSD5 today because I want to get this on your radar. I am starting to see some interesting things taking place with the United States and their views with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who really appears to be incredibly defiant of anything the U.S. is saying. It's almost like he doesn't even care. All right, clip one.
The behavior of Netanyahu is, in my view, inexcusable in terms of how it has affected the collateral damage to children and families and the rest.
That was Tales from the Crypt, Nancy Pelosi being critical on Netanyahu. And again, the reason I'm playing these, I've got a few others, is you have not heard that at all in the first, let's say, 4 months of this. You know, really, it's been the past maybe 2 weeks that we've started to get a little critical thought or critical, I guess, commentary from folks that have been staunch reporters of Netanyahu, supporters and reporters, actually. That was a funny slip of Netanyahu.
What Netanyahu and his right-wing government are doing right now to the people of Palestine, of Gaza, is indescribable and unspeakable. I mean, we're looking at 26,000 people who have been killed already, 2/3 of whom are women and children, 65,000 people who have been wounded. We're looking at 70% of the housing units in Gaza have been damaged or destroyed. Can you believe that? 70%. You're looking at 1.8 million people pushed out of their homes. God knows where they're going. And right now, and this is, I hope everybody hears this, you're looking at the possibility of hundreds of thousands of children starving to death. And we in the United States, through our financial support of Israel, are complicit in what's happening. And I will be damned if I'm going to give another nickel to the Netanyahu government in order to continue this war against the Palestinian people.
All right, I had to play that clip from Bernie again. We talked a lot about Bernie yesterday, but the key thing was at the end where he said, I will be damned if I give another nickel to Netanyahu. So it's going to come down to that. It's going to come down to the money. You know, right now there's almost a $14 to $17 billion additional aid package that is being deliberated by Congress as part of the $98 billion package. So again, 14 to 17 billion to Israel. And that's in addition to the $3.5 billion that's given annually. So far, over $160 billion has been given to Israel over the past however many years, 50, 30 years, something like that, 40 years, who knows. But anyway, I wanted to play that because, again, that was another very good summation. And Bernie Sanders is going in. I mean, again, he's not saying the word genocide, but he's going in and he's championing cutting off the aid.
Despite these provisions that I do support, I voted against the supplemental for one key reason. I cannot, in good conscience, support sending billions of additional taxpayer dollars for Prime Minister Netanyahu's military campaign in Gaza.
That was Senator Peter Welch, again, someone we've never really heard of, but somebody that previously had supported Netanyahu and obviously coming out against the money. No more money.
Were you surprised by President Biden's tone last night? Because it did seem to me to be markedly different in that he did center the suffering of Palestinian women and children in a way that I had not heard him do before.
That was MSNBC's Joy Reid. She was about to interview Ro Khanna. And again, that was about a speech that Biden gave. It was maybe about 10 days ago. And he said Netanyahu and Israel's actions are over the top. Over the top. So again, that's the first time he's really talked about that. Now, I'm going to end with the final person that really said something which I thought was incredible. And this to me, again, I look for trends, and this was the trend. But Hillary Rodham Clinton came out and said, and I quote, Netanyahu should go. He is not a trustworthy leader. Hillary Rodham Clinton said that. All right, everybody. I'm a minute over today. My bad. DSD5. I did want to get this on the radar. We've got some interviews coming up. We've got some good stuff. Happy birthday to Kip, a.k.a. Big Red, a.k.a. Timmy. And you know what to do. Call a spade a spade.
The ending was terrific.
This episode is being brought to you by the upcoming book, Deep Shallow Dive Into You. That's right, Bro wrote a book, and it's coming soon. Stay tuned.